If you've ever applied for a commercial account and been rejected, or worse, ghosted, this video is going to change how you approach suppliers forever. Here's the truth most people don't want to talk about. Suppliers do not approve ideas. They approve infrastructure. So today I'm going to talk to you about Shopify and how to build authority before you even ask for a commercial account, and why Shopify instantly makes vendors take you more seriously. Hi, I'm Jolene. I'm from Stitchery Decor. I teach what I do here on my YouTube channel. If these videos are something that you're interested in, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the follow button so that you get notified when I put out new content. So let's get right into it. When a supplier looks at your application, they're asking a few questions. Number one, are you a real business? Number two is, can you sell the product that you say you have? And the third one is, are you going to be reordering supplies from them? They do not want to be onboarding, fly-by-night businesses that are never going to reorder products from them. It's a waste of their time. So your website is going to be the first thing that they check, and this is where Shopify matters. A Shopify store signals that you understand e-commerce, systems, and scalability. It tells the supplier you're not just making things, but you're running an actual business. So why Shopify specifically? It's a central hub that connects your business to almost every major sales and marketing platform suppliers already know and trust. When a vendor sees Shopify, they know you can plug into established networks and not just sell one product and disappear. So let me walk you through what Shopify connects to and why that matters. Okay, first of all, Shopify and social platforms. Let's cover this. Meta, Facebook, and Instagram would be the three major social platforms that connect to Shopify. So Shopify connects directly to your Facebook shops, Instagram shopping, product tagging, posts, and reels, and Meta Ads Manager. This tells suppliers you can run ads, you can scale visibility, and you can sell beyond word of mouth. If you can plug into Meta, suppliers know you understand growth and they're going to be more likely to approve your application. Shopify also integrates seamlessly with Google, which includes Google Shopping, Google Merchant Center, Google Ads, and YouTube Shopping. This is huge. It means your products can appear directly in search results, not just on your website. To a supplier, this says this business is discoverable and this business has long-term sales potential. So the next one we're going to talk about is TikTok. Shopify connects with TikTok ads, TikTok product catalogs, TikTok Shop where available. And suppliers like seeing this because it knows that you are current and adaptable. Even if you're not using TikTok heavily already, the integration alone signals modern e-commerce awareness. Other marketplaces that connect to Shopify are Etsy, Amazon, and other marketplaces through apps. But here's the key point. Etsy is a channel. Amazon is a channel. Shopify is the business. So suppliers like to see that you're not just dependent on one platform, and Shopify positions you as the hub with multiple distribution options. Shopify also connects to print-on-demand platforms, wholesale directories, and inventory management systems. This does not mean suppliers expect you to drop ship, but what it tells them is you understand supply chains, you can manage SKUs, and you know how fulfillment works. This reduces risks, and suppliers care a lot about the risks that you bring to them as a business. Shopify also has extensive back-end systems like email marketing, accounting software, shipping providers, POS systems for in-person sales. And even if a supplier doesn't ask about this, they're sure to notice because this signals repeat orders, professional operations, and long-term customer relationships. Did real products that I had to sell. I made sure that I had policies and procedures in place, like shipping policies and return policies. I have connected all my social platforms. So this also would include Pinterest. And just for instance, Pinterest, YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All of those things are connected to my Shopify store. I have content that aligns with the supplies that I want to source. So I'm not asking a supplier who doesn't see anything on my Shopify store that they provide for a commercial account from them, because then they're going to go, what the heck is this girl doing? She doesn't even sell this stuff. So suppliers don't fund potential, and that's very important. They fund momentum, and you are responsible for building your own momentum before you apply for these accounts. Even if you're using retail versions of these products at first, when you apply, you are no longer saying, please approve me. You are saying, I already make the products. I like what you sell. Please approve me. Shopify also has a great platform for writing blog posts where you can feature not only your products, but the systems and the supplies, everything that you would need to basically put your product together. You can write blog posts about and then post those blogs to things like Pinterest to get more traffic. And you can also do videos right on your Shopify store. You could also connect your store to, I guess it would be like paid classes. So you could have paid classes on the things that you already make, making yourself look basically authority, right? So building authority for yourself. So suppliers expect you to be a legitimate business on paper, not just online. And the good news is it doesn't have to be that complicated. Usually what happens is when you register your legal business name in Canada, they will give you a business number or registration number, and the entity is whether or not you're a corporation or a sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is perfectly acceptable for most commercial accounts. What matters is your business is registered and the name matches your website and the name matches your applications. Mismatched names are sure to get you disqualified. Easily do a nuance search prior to registering your business name. The next thing you're going to need is tax number and reseller status. So depending on where you live, suppliers may ask for a tax ID number, a resell or reseller number, or sales tax or VAT registration. Properly and collect and remit your tax correctly. From a supplier's perspective, this is about compliance and liability, not your revenue size. Using a personal account is a red flag. It tells suppliers the business may not last, this person may not be in the position to reorder, and this account may cause accounting issues. They don't want any issues from anybody. Even a basic checking account creates some legitimacy. Business email. So they want to see your domain email or something like info@yourbusiness.com, not something like Gmail, Hotmail, or Yahoo. You can still use Gmail, but not through your domain. And your email should match your website, have your business name in it, and match your invoices and applications. This single change can drastically improve your approval rates just by legitimizing your business with a simple email. So what we're talking now is consistency is the real key. Does everything match? Your business name, your website, your email, your bank account, your tax information. Don't expect perfection. That's too much. But they do expect consistency, and consistency equals lower risk. And then we're going to pull it all together here. So what you should have is a registered business, proper tax setup, a business bank account, a domain-based email address, and a Shopify store that shows what you sell. At this point, you're not asking for approval. You're saying to them, you already belong. So suppliers don't reject small businesses. They reject unprepared businesses. And once you understand that, getting commercial accounts becomes much easier. And what else could I tell you guys about this? I don't think I'm going to do a checklist, because if you're a serious business, you should be able to go through this Shopify video and write down the points that are important and look after yourself as far as getting them done. Okay, so here's the big myth. Suppliers only want massive influencers with massive followings, and that's really not how commercial supplies work. Suppliers are not looking for fame. They are looking for buyers. They want customers who purchase consistently, reorder, represent their brand well, and understand the product. 10 customers who reorder every month matter way more than 10,000 followers who never buy. So what suppliers look at and what they care about is, can you sell? Can you reorder? Can you explain the product? And are you aligned with their customer base? Audience at this stage is secondary. Relevance, however, is primary. A small but targeted audience is far more valuable for them than an unfocused one.